Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kodash. I want to give double honors to the elder apostles of a great millstone who rule well, and salutations of much love to the rest of you sincere Akim, pushing the word of truth and sincerity. This is the cleric Hazar coming to you with another lesson. I am continuing in my lot to bring you my ongoing series from experts of Hollywood. This factory of perverseness and other observation of predictive programming, how art imitates life and vice versa. Just a reminder, the purpose of my videos is to show correlations. A correlation is an observation of a mutual relationship or connection between two or more things. I use movies to extract or extrapolate a narrative. I'm not glorifying the Hollywood culture or life. I have a wide knowledge of films, whether they be foreign or domestic, and I just use them as an example to bring out those similarities and those correlations. To quote Cecil B. DeMille, the greatest source of material for motion pictures is the Bible. I'm not sure what I'm going to be calling this lesson yet. I might call it burnt imagery. I might call it burnt imagery. Basically, this image that I have on the screen here is from Battle for the Planet of the Apes. Please forgive me for not getting this information up prior. I want to get you the year and corrected it. Just a moment here. Still locking on that. Now, this is the final conclusion of the entry of the Planet of the Apes saga from the late 60s to early 70s. But this is Battle for the Planet of the Apes, directed by J. Lee Thompson. Release date June 13th, 1973. Oh, wow. This is a 50-year anniversary? I think it is, yeah. Yeah, wow. I'm surprised they didn't have a Fathom event. Usually, every time they bring back a movie, I guess it's not one of the best entries. But they should have been bringing back the other ones. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, in the end of this film, this takes place after a conquest from the Planet of the Apes. At the end of Conquest of the Planet of the Apes, Caesar, the ape that you probably are familiar with from the current trilogy, is a different character, but kind of almost the same character. He's the leader at the end. He establishes his rulership at the end of Conquest. And so at the beginning of Battle for the Planet of the Apes, for some reason, between Conquest and Battle, the bombs have dropped. The nuclear bombs have dropped, and there is a nuclear wasteland. For some reason, and I've been wanting this for quite some time. Actually, I wanted that with the current trilogy that they had. The last trilogy that concluded was, I was hoping that they would show what happened that made the bombs go off to begin with. So I was hoping that for the last trilogy that just concluded. But I guess that's the topic they're just saving for another day. Who knows? The next one is Kingdom for the Planet of the Apes. They may get into that, but it's not by Matt Reeves, so who knows? But anyway, the reason why I'm showing this is because in the beginning of the film, Caesar, who's on the right here, he's right here next to this orangutan, and this Jake on the left, they're trying to enter this forbidden city where the bombs have dropped, and there's what is it called? Nuclear radiation, but there's another term for it. Well, anyway, there's actually people living in the city, and they're walking through the city, and there's all burnt buildings, as you can see here on the screen, and there's all types of they got what's the instrument that they use to determine radioactivity? They got that instrument, and it's going back and forth, that little tick-tock thing it does. And so anyway, I was thinking about what's going on with Hawaii and those images that they showed of the highway with the cars all burnt out and things, and some people stayed, some people left, some people ran, some people got saved, and so forth. And so I saw this one particular car, and it reminded me of what I saw in Battle for the Planet of the Apes. Okay, you see, it's a car on the side, this little station wagon or whatever. But hey, for all we know, they could be using this as a sign of the end. And when I say they, I'm talking about the rich elite, because they're the ones that actually, finance the Hollywood industry and so forth. All right, right now, Hollywood industry is not doing too good. I'm going to do a lesson on that later on. But currently, with the images that they're showing from the Hawaii fires and everything, they're showing you that, here's it. Got a picture. I couldn't find a picture online to show, but you could just look it up online for yourself to look at the devastating fires that happened in Maui. I had a neighbor that was from Maui back when I was working um, during my college intern, and first time I ever heard of Maui. And there's all there's all different islands on Hawaii, so it makes up all different types of Maui is just one of them. Okay, but it's considered the deadliest wildfire in the U.S. since 1918. Like, wow, in over 100 years. Okay, so now who's telling what happened with that? There's a lot of little things coming out about what the people were seeing in the skies and how how the fires commenced and just just basically just took over. Okay, that's kind of crazy. You would think Hawaii had to deal with those lavas, but the volcanoes and the lava from the volcanoes, but have to deal with fires is one thing. Especially have to deal with fire when you're on an island. Like, my goodness, you're surrounded by water, so you're running in all different directions, and the fire's chasing you. Okay, this is interesting. But like I said, you can just look at any Google images of the fires in Maui or the aftermath of the fires in Maui, and you see that particular these cars in the highway and so forth, and remind me of this particular image right here, this car over here being all burnt up. Okay, and like I said, this is the conclusion of the Planet of the Apes series from the 60s. Okay, now the Conquest from the Planet of the Apes, that featured the like the riots, the race riots. I always say that because that was the one that was the soft topic for the 1960s, because it resembled what was happening with the civil rights movement and so forth. All right, so I think a lot of so-called Jake had boycotted the last film. So by the time this film came out, they were dropping a lot of little clues and hints and so forth. So a lot of Jake didn't get a chance to see it. That's probably another reason why we didn't have a 50th anniversary Fathom event for this. All right, because due to its popularity, there's always those films that aren't as popular that hit on a lot of tones of end time scenarios, and most of the time, since people aren't familiar with end time scenarios as according to the Bible and as according to how the elder apostles of Great Millstone have presented it to us on down, they're not gonna pinpoint certain things for that light bulb to go off in their head. Okay, but for we to know, we see certain things and we're constantly watching. Okay, so when I saw the image, I just knew I had to do a video on it. I was so lucky I couldn't find any other images of the particular film that show. You actually have to see the film to see them actually walking through this particular city. All right, and seeing how the burnt cars are, and this is from a nuclear disaster. And it's going to be the actual nuclear disaster, the thermonuclear destruction is going to be worse than this. It's going to reduce everything down to its elements. All right, the elements are going to burn with fervent heat. All right, let me get that out there since the elements burn with fervent heat. It should be 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 10. I'm going to read out of the King James Bible. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt. See that? How all the buildings like they've been melted or been thrown in a microwave or in a microwave oven or so. Okay, the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. Okay, and that's exactly what happened. Okay, all right. The earth's going to be broken apart. The earth's going to be split open. The earth's going to be shaken violently. All right, it's pertaining to Isaiah, the 24th chapter. Okay. And Micah, the first chapter, the fourth verse, talks about the mountains being melted beneath him. All right. And the valleys split apart and like wax before the fire and like water rushing down the slope. Okay. But it's going to be a crazy time, boy. Just imagine just seeing a vast desert. All right. Because this is where this particular location is in the Battle for the Planet of the Apes. They're currently in North America, but according to the scriptures, no man shall dwell there. Okay. Let me get that up as well. There's a couple scriptures about no man shall dwell there. Jeremiah, the 49th chapter, verse 18 and verse 33, as well as Jeremiah, the 50th chapter, verse 40. It speaks about no man shall dwell there. Okay. And the Arabian that shall pitch tents, and destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah, because Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed by fire and brimstone. Okay. Just like Babylon the Great, aka America. Okay, so hey, who knows what kind of imagery is being shown? But as soon as I saw it, I just know I had to make a video of it. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, who gives me the strength of the spirit to continue to strive and endure in these last days. Shalom to the hopeful elect, and on to the next video.